Here to the Ground features a wind-powered farm school at 8:30, but now Shanti uncovers the mystery behind the strange happenings in her new home.
Yes, Betty?
Yeah, his son dumped her here so he could go on holiday.
Granny dumped. 'Tis the season. I want you to give her a lift across town. Give her your keys and I'll load her up. She can sit there and have a wee rest till you're ready to go.
Is he? No, Betty, wake up. Betty, come on, please, I really don't need this right now.
How's Betty? She was a bit dozy when I put her in the car.
Well, I think she's dead. Look, you have to call for an ambulance. I'm not sure where I am. I think it's the corner of...
Why are you panicking? It's a bit late now.
What the hell's going on here, Ethan? I thought I was taking her to see her dead husband.
Well, you're heading for the right place. I'm sure Haldane will take good care of her.
Tell me why I shouldn't go to the police right now.
Oh, I don't think you want to do that, mate. According to the Nessus Bio accounts, quite a large sum of money has just been transferred to a Kieran Mitchell. Not a good time to be caught ferrying a dead body across the city. It could look suspiciously like you were delivering an order. Just do what you said you would. Take it to Haldane.
Amelia Shaw, nice to meet you.
Brooke Freeman, hi.
And you must be Harry, hello.
Hi.
I know this must be a bit odd for all of you. Be yourselves, that's all I ask. I'm not here to judge.
Amelia just wants to ask you a few questions, mate.
There's no hurry. Maybe you would like to show me your room.
If you can get in past all the toys. I asked him to tidy it, but...
But where's the fun in that?
Off you go, mate. I'm doing the right thing.
She seems nice enough. I doubt the experience is going to scar him for life.
No, the damage has already been done, apparently.
Let's just wait and see what she says,
Miss Father, you'd think I would have seen the warning signs.
Harry's very good at keeping things hidden. He's obviously withdrawn into himself since losing his mother.
Oh, well, if it's so obvious, why didn't I notice?
You're determined to blame yourself, aren't you?
Who else is there?
I wouldn't be surprised if I'm part of the problem. It's a big thing for him, me moving in. Bigger than I thought, maybe.
I'm the one who asked you to be here.
And that absolves me of all responsibility? I don't think so.
Well, it's been tough for you both.
We've had our moments.
Yeah, but you haven't done anything wrong. If there's a problem, it's for me and Harry to work out together.
With Amelia's help. She's the expert.
As most of you probably know, we don't have Maya just now, which makes me charge nurse. Someone said Maya was suspended.
Yeah, what's the story?
No story, not one that you're going to hear from me. Anyway.
Sorry, have any of you guys seen Betty? You know, grey hair, about this tall, talks the hind leg off a donkey.
You mean the old lady that was dumped here by her family?
That's the one. I was meant to be looking after her, but she's a sprightly wee thing.
I saw her in one of the corridors about a couple of hours ago, heading for the woods, I think.
Looking for a cup of tea and a chat, probably. If any of you see a page me, okay?
Okay.
Guess what?
Scotty, I'm in the middle of a handover.
Oh, they want to hear this too. You know that conference in Winnipeg I told you about?
The one you were so bitter about when you weren't invited?
I wasn't bitter. I was disappointed. The Kiwi delegate was some woman in Dunedin who just ran off the road on her way to the airport.
Why are you smiling?
She broke her arm and decided she wasn't up to flying.
Oh, so they're sending you instead?
Yes, all I have to do is come up with a speech which I can write on the plane.
Congratulations.
Yeah, go Scotty.
So when do you leave?
First thing tomorrow morning.
What?
Oh, they wanted me to fly out this afternoon. I had to put them off.
Well, how long will you be gone for?
Just a week.
A whole week?
You better get on with your handover. We can talk about this tonight.
A whole week in that tip of a house by myself.
Sorry, guys. I'll leave you to it.
At least you had the good sense to come around the back. Bring me a gurney? Thank you for the swift delivery. She'll fit the bill just nicely.
What are you talking about? What are you going to do to her? Oh, I don't believe it.
Any complaints, talk to Dr. Pierce. He can't be far away.
He told me he was in surgery all day.
It wouldn't be the first time he'd bent the truth. I think we both know that.
Do you go to the park with Dad often?
Sometimes. Sometimes we go swimming, and sometimes we just go to the movies and eat lots of popcorn.
Who's this? Is that someone else that lives in your house?
It's Brooke.
I see. And does Brooke go into the park too?
No, just me and Dad.
I've only met Brooke once. I don't really know what she's like.
She's like that.
Tell me. It's all right, Harry. You won't get into trouble, I promise.
She's horrible. I hate her.
Why do you hate her?
Because she's mean to me, and she's a liar, and she steals things too.
What sort of things?
She stole my mum's makeup and her little mirror, and she wears her clothes too. I've seen her.
I see.
Sometimes, when Dad isn't here, she locks me in my room, tries to feed me poison. I think she's probably a witch, don't you?
You and I are meant to be cutting more business ties. Just one of the fresh corpses part of the deal.
Calm down. As long as you don't do anything stupid, no one will be any the wiser.
What about the family?
They dumped her at the hospital, then took off on their Christmas holidays. That's how much they care about her.
There must be somebody out there who gives a damn about her.
People go disappearing every day.
Yeah, and sooner or later they go to the police. Which is what I should have done straight away. I should have done right there.
Why didn't you? You could have told them the whole story.
Still might.
You're in a bit deep for that, don't you think? After all, Betty was perfectly healthy when I put her in your car. If the police were to ask me for a medical opinion, I'd have to tell them that someone injected Mrs. Crawford in the neck with a syringe of potassium. They wouldn't have too much trouble figuring out the rest after that. You drove her here, sold the body for as much as you could get.
You killed her?
Well, one of us obviously did. The cops would have a hard time knowing which one of us to believe. So the way I see it, if I go down, so do you. Excuse me, work to do.
So tell me, how do you get on with Harry?
I like him. He's a great kid. But no matter how hard I try, he still treats me like I'm the enemy. He doesn't seem to understand how hurtful it is.
What sort of things are we talking about?
Well, for one thing, my makeup bag went missing. Harry swore black and blue that he hadn't taken it. Why would he? I believed him, until Chris found it in his school bag. I was shocked. I know kids tell little lies to get out of trouble, but it was more than that. The fact that he'd taken it in the first place, and the only possible reason was to get at me.
I see.
There's more. They're all little things, but they all add up.
I'm sure. How would you explain Harry's bad behaviour?
It would help if he had more friends.
Go on.
He's a bit of an introvert. There used to be kids that he'd play with, but he doesn't seem to bother with them anymore. If you ask me, he's living in his head. I don't think it's healthy.
So you're blaming a lack of socialisation?
That's part of it, I'm sure. He doesn't seem to know where the boundaries are.
Tell me more.
Where do I start? Some of the things that he's done, I couldn't even bring myself to tell Chris. I wanted to, I should have, but nobody wants to come between a father and his son, do they? Hello? Someone there? Hello? Oh, good, you're here. You can help me choose.
What?
Kit material?
You don't really need me for that, do you, Lib?
Not really. But that's just so you won't complain when you see the final product.
It's the least of my worries, believe me.
Did Ethan get what he wanted?
Sorry?
You said he needed a favour.
Yeah, it was nothing.
Did he tell you about Maya?
No, we didn't talk.
She only got herself suspended. She attacked Ethan at work. She tried to strangle him. He was lucky that there was no sharp objects around.
What brought that on?
For some warped reason she blames Ethan for Mum being sick.
I guess she just needed somebody to lash out at.
If there's anyone to blame, it's the company who supplied the DBM.
Yeah.
The company you have shares in.
Not anymore, I don't.
Really?
No, I sold them.
Good. I suppose Ethan still has his shares, does he?
I don't know.
Well, as soon as this gets out, it's not like they're going to be worth much. Almost feel sorry for him.
Who's there?
Told you he was someone.
Hey! What do you think you're doing?
Nothing.
How did you get in? What have you taken?
Nothing.
Nothing? Is that all you can say? What are you doing in my house?
It was a deal, all right?
What?
His brother dared us to. We weren't going to take anything.
So what was the point?
I don't know. Just to spend 5 minutes in the murder house. We didn't think anyone was here, and then the window slammed shut, and we couldn't get it open again.
What do you mean murder house? Well, hey, come back here.
I know these things aren't easy to hear about your own child.
I can take it.
There certainly do seem to be some behavioural issues, the lies for one thing. And from what I've been hearing, Harry's having trouble connecting with his peers.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh?
Well, you should have seen this place on Harry's birthday. It was crawling with kids. I was surprised how popular he was.
Harry's birthday's when exactly?
May.
So this would have been before his mother's death.
Yeah.
Harry's grieving as best he can, but I think he may need a little help.
Well, it's not like I don't spend time with him. I'm here whenever I can be.
No one's accusing you of anything. The mere fact of getting me involved shows how much you care. I meant professional help. The sort of focused intervention you can't be expected to give.
If that's what you think he needs.
I do. There's another issue, of course. Brooke. Harry obviously sees her as some sort of threat. A replacement mother issue when he's far from ready for one.
Well, she's done the best she can. She's been great.
I'm sure. Yet Harry goes on treating her like an evil stepmother. Have a look at this. It might be the answer. It's a 2-week camp. Harry would be with other kids pretty much his own age, learning about communication, teamwork, that sort of thing. I've seen it work wonders.
2 weeks is a long time when you're Harry's age. Couldn't he just have a few more appointments with you?
He could.
But?
To be honest, I think the separation would be good for him. I don't mean from you so much as
From Brooke?
From a situation he's not dealing with. I'm sure you'd miss him like crazy, but there's nothing to stop you visiting or phoning as often as you like.
There are no problems then, I take it? Or I would have heard from you sooner. Good. And don't worry about Mitchell. He's in no position to point the finger. Gotta go. You okay there?
Might have overdone it on the home stretch.
An afternoon run, huh?
Yeah, I normally do mornings, but I was sitting upstairs and I felt the need for a scotch or six, so I thought I'd release a few endorphins instead.
I wouldn't blame you for turning to the drink. It's been a hell of a week.
Yes, you've heard the news, have you? They're launching an official inquiry into Nessus. Every hospital in the country is recalling their products from circulation.
Had to happen, I suppose.
Yeah, I think that's my investment.
If you're that worried, sell. But if I was you, I'd sit tight and ride out the storm.
Oh, it's not just about the money. Yes, I stand to lose a few $1,000s, but it's nothing compared to what the Jeffreys are going through.
I feel terrible about it, Vaughn, but there's no real evidence to suggest that the DBM caused the cancer.
Well, there's no other real explanation, is there? I mean, look at the Carson case. Another another disease, but the same company supplied the donor material. What does that tell you?
Coincidence?
Oh, a very big one.
You're forgetting something here. Timothy Carson didn't contract HIV from his allograft. We know that for a fact.
I don't see that's going to help the Nessus share price, do you?
So it is just about the money?
No, it's not. I just can't bear to look Yvonne in the eye. And I would like to keep my job.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, don't think that DHB look favourably on a CEO who's mixed up with Nessus, do you?
Well, that's assuming the inquiry comes up with something solid. No, I don't think it will.
I wish I shared your confidence.
But even if it does, mistakes happen. A good PR campaign can do wonders, you know that.
I hope I bought the right thing.
Let's see. Yes, Harry's favourite. I thought he deserved a treat, thank you.
Where is he?
He's upstairs playing.
By himself?
I asked him if he wanted to see his mate, Pierre. He wasn't keen.
I don't think I've met Pierre, have I?
No, you wouldn't have. He hasn't seen much of him lately.
He hasn't seen much of anyone lately.
And Amelia seems to think that that is part of the problem.
What did she say?
Well, she wants me to send him off on a camp. 2 weeks with a bunch of other messed up kids. I'm not sure it's what he needs.
It could be exactly what he needs.
How? He's lost his mother, he's not coping, so the solution is to separate him from his father.
I understand where you're coming from. You're his dad. You want to solve all his problems for him. But maybe you can't. Maybe he needs something else. You shouldn't feel guilty.
That was pretty much Amelia's argument.
There you are then.
I still think he needs me, more than ever.
He's a very confused little boy, I know that much.
Don't take this the wrong way. You know I love having you here. But look at it from Harry's point of view. He sees me dividing my time between you and him
And he resents me. I think that's pretty well established.
It isn't anything you've done.
I moved in. That was enough, apparently.
I still want you here. You're good for me. But the thought occurred to me. The family trust owns a flat down the road. It's been empty for a couple of weeks. The property manager is showing people through tomorrow, but it would just take one phone call from me.
You're asking me to move out?
Temporarily. Just until Harry gets back on track.
I see.
It's a nice place. We had a new kitchen put in last year.
You'll have to come over for dinner then.
I hope you don't mind. I feel terrible.
Don't be silly. Harry comes first, I know that. I better get this in the freezer. I'll help you cook if you like.
Thank God you're here.
Hey, what's wrong?
I nearly called you. Something terrible happened.
What?
A couple of kids broke in through the bathroom. Well, they weren't kids really. They were more like teenagers, but...
Hell, are you okay?
Yeah, I think they were more scared of me than I was of them.
Still. What did they want? Did they take anything?
Someone dared them to.
What do you mean?
One of their mates dared them to go inside the murder house.
The what?
That's what they called it. Come here. Read this. You know those stains that we found inside the bathroom? I think they might have been blood. That's where the ex-husband killed himself, see?
Shanti, listen. All this happened 7 years ago. It's terrible, but it's all in the past, okay?
It's not in the past if we've got kids breaking in on a dare, is it?
Once. You said so yourself. You scared them off. It's just a house. A house can't hurt us.
You don't seem very surprised by this.
These things happen.
You knew, didn't you? You did.
Okay, the real estate agent said so.
Oh, even before we bought the place?
It's one of the reasons we got it so cheap.
You knew and you didn't tell me?
I didn't want you to worry about it. I thought it would change the way you felt.
Oh, damn right it would have.
Harry, do you want to help me set the table?
No.
That's not very nice. Brooke has just spent the last half hour helping me make spaghetti for you.
It'll get cold if we don't hurry.
Please? Hey, I thought we could go to the zoo tomorrow. How does that sound?
All right, as long as she's not coming.
Okay, that's enough. Don't be rude.
It's okay. Harry, you've had a big day, haven't you?
Harry, Brooke's talking to you. So be polite and answer her, please.
You're not having any dinner. It's just for me and Dad.
Take Brooke's plate back to the table and behave yourself.
No.
If you don't do what you're told, it'll be you not having any dinner. You can go straight to bed. See how you like that?
You can't tell me what to do. You're not my mother. I hate you.
You apologise right now, please.
No! I don't want you here. You're a liar and a thief, and I know you are.
You're the thief?
You are.
You are?
You smell.
Shut up!
Harry, go to your room, please.
Thanks.
Tempted to say the same thing to you.
What?
Go to your room and think about what you've done. You didn't exactly help matters, did you? Are we eating or what?
Minus 47.8 degrees.
What?
Coldest recorded temperature in Winnipeg, and that's Celsius. What's happening tomorrow?
Sorry?
You told Auntie Rani you'd see her tomorrow.
Oh, right. Promise you won't laugh. I invited her around to do some rituals.
What, like an exorcism?
Probably. Sort of. It's a Hindu thing. She knows more about it than I do.
That's good. If it makes you feel better, then go for it.
What would make me feel better is if I didn't have to live here.
A few weeks ago, you had your heart set on this place.
Because I didn't know that my husband was keeping things from me. And now he's leaving me for minus 47 degrees.
That was in 1879. There's a really good website about it. You should take a look.
What if you told them that your wife won't let you go?
I know how that would go down.
They can send someone else.
No, they can't. Look, I know you're scared, but there's no reason to be.
No, you don't understand. Do you know how many nights I've spent alone in my entire life? I could count them on one hand, and now I have to spend an entire week alone in a house that creeps me out, that I wouldn't have moved into if my husband had been honest with me. Thanks a lot, Scotty. I love you too. Have a great trip.
Yeah, she's off to some police charity thing with her ex-boyfriend, and I'm being very mature about it.
Actually, I changed my mind. I'm not going.
Well, does Lance know that?
I think he got the message.
Who are you looking for?
Oh, a bit of a long shot, really. I don't suppose you've served any little old ladies today?
Yeah, it's that new cocktail I should know about.
An old duck called Betty wandered off from the hospital.
Yeah, we don't know that for sure. My theory is a social worker found us somewhere to stay.
So where's the paperwork?
What was wrong with that?
Nothing. Family just decided to palm her off on us for the holidays.
Can you believe it?
Happens more often than you think. The sad thing is we're probably the only people missing her.
Nora Casey is one of our new afternoon presenters on Today, starting Monday at 4:30 here on One End. She talks to Gay Byrne about the meaning of life on Sunday night at 10:30.